live here for another watch along. That's right. 2 days later, after the Utah Jazz's. Oh, let me just fix this camera just slightly. We are here for another live stream to see the Jazz go up against the Sacramento Kings. And I got to say, I'm looking forward to it. We all know why we're looking forward to it. You know the reason why? Because in the last game, if you watch the live stream, that's already there on the channel. The Jazz demolished the Los Angeles Clippers. And I expect, okay, maybe let me stop. I would very, very, very much like for the Jazz to go out there and lay the smack it down on the Sacramento Kings. They're another side that's a little bit in transition, trying to figure out their identity. And I think the Jazz could get them. The Jazz now have the right amount of experience and youth. And I think that the combination with that, the fact that we went out and won our last game in perfect fashion, this is the ultimate confidence booster. This is the perfect game for us to go into. And I definitely think we can make it 2 for 2. Now, they haven't really talked about lineups as of yet, but like I normally do, let's go to Twitter and try to find out, see what all is going on. Try to find some lineups. So let me start with just go to the Utah Jazz's page and maybe we can get a lineup. Okay, there we go. This is the lineup now. Okay, so we got Keyonte George at the point. We got Svi. He's back. Same lineup as last time. Look, oh, we got Filipowski, we got Marketing, and we got Walker Kessler. Now, I assume based on positioning, like what is Filipowski playing small forward or there definitely is going to be some moving and shifting around of the two between Larry Markkinen and Filipowski. I'll be looking at that to see how the game kind of goes on there. And Walker Kessler, my man of the match in the last game, or man of the game, he starts at the 5, but he's going to be moving around as well. So it's going to be good. But Svi Mihailuk, Svi, who I have criticized non-stop as just being not good enough. But Svi has been absolutely fantastic in the last game. He actually was pretty decent in preseason. So Svi again being rewarded for his hard work, for just defending and playing the right way. So you got to give it up to Svi for that. You know what? Svi Mihailuk, this is what we're gonna give you, right? I started doing it in the last game, but I think we also got to give Svi a, a, a little bit of credit. We got to give him a bit of credit. Svi Mihailuk. Gotta give Svi some cheering for that. So Svi Mihailuk, got to turn on the speaker. We get some nice sound quality, but Svi doing exactly what he does best. Keyonte George once again starting, not surprised. It's really between him and Walter Clayton Jr. Isaiah Collier is still out injured. And until Isaiah is back, that's when we might have true competition to see who is fighting for that start. But right now, Keyonte George has been on fire. He's been very good, facilitated the ball very well, scored the ball well. You stick with Key. Walter Clayton Jr., he's in the perfect position, learning whilst watching Key, going up there and performing. I do think so far that I've seen Walter Clayton Jr., he is the most efficient of the point guard so far, and that's just between him and Keyonte George. But you never know. You never know. Let's see how this game kind of goes. This is game 2. Woo! I'm excited. I am excited. I got the game on in the background. They are at the Kings, so the Kings putting out a very nice visual. They got Domantas Sabonis out there with the Lions and Zach Lavine out there with DeMar DeRozan. I completely forgot that. Russell Westbrook. We got Westbrook. Or is it Westbrook? I'm just saying. But, all jokes aside, I'm a big fan of Russell Westbrook. So it'd be good to see how he goes up against the Utah Jazz as well. Looking at some of the players that they have, they really do have an experienced lineup there for the Sacramento Kings. So yes, the game is going to be tough, but we're the Jazz and we can dish it out, and we've proved that. So let's go. They got the set. So right now the game is getting ready to start. They're having the lineups come out. We got the EuroLeague MVP, Dennis Schroeder, starting. Probably will be at point guard. That's something. Ooh, I gotta fix this right here. That's something Keyonte George will have to deal with. Is Dennis Schroeder? He can play. Zach Lavine is playing at the 2. We got DeMar DeRozan playing at the 3. Woof. That is a good lineup. That is a good lineup so far. And a commercial hits just before they talk about who's coming out to play at the 4, and I assume Domantas Sabonis is coming out to play the 5. So, yeah, we'll see how far this goes. I can't believe that they just went to commercial at a time when they should be showing the Kings lineup. I believe in fairness. I'm going to talk a lot about the Jazz, but we got to show the Sacramento Kings a little bit of love at the very least. So we got Keegan Murray is out. Sabonis is available. It's good that Keegan Murray is out. Congrats to him for signing a new deal for them. I think like a couple of years ago, he was definitely a really good youngster. So it looks like they're trying to nail him down. Last season wasn't a great season for them. I'm not entirely sure who's supposed to be starting for the Kings at the 4. Oh, no, but they put it up right now. So you got Isaac Jones at the 4, and then we got Sabonis at the 5. Okay. And then we got obviously Keyonte George there, Svi Mykhailiuk, Larry Markkinen at the 3, Kyle Filipowski at the 4, and Walker Kessler at the 5. So Jazz Twitter page getting it a little bit wrong, but that's fine. That's what I'm here for. So it looks like they're getting ready to kick off. You got Elijah Harkless on the bench. Keyonte George doing what they got to do. Kevin Love is on the bench. Zay is there as well. Isaiah Collier giving the support. We got a really good team, people. All we as fans have to do is just stick together and we'll be good. So we're getting ready to kick off for the jump ball. Is it going to be Markkinen for the jump ball? Should just be Walker Kessler. Okay, so it is Walker Kessler. Walker Kessler and Sabonis. Kessler gets the jump ball. Keyonte George now has the ball. Easing through the game. Jazz lose the ball, but they get it back. But no, but Walker Kessler gets it away. Dennis Schroeder with a layup, with an easy layup. No, does he get the layup? No, he doesn't. He doesn't get the layup. He misses. Svi Mykhailiuk. Svi with the 3. There we go, Svi. So I got the scores on now. Let me change the layout of this slightly. Okay, we got Svi Mykhailiuk with the ball at the top of the key. Passes it to Filipowski. Let's go flip. Let's see what you can do, baby. Flip. Flip gets the layup. There we go. Flip with 2 points. Jazz up 5-0 at the moment. Then we got Schroeder with the ball. Pass it to DeMar DeRozan, the mid-range assassin. Zach Lavine comes in. Backs down Svi. Does he get it? No. No, then we got Jones. Schroeder with the ball gets the rebound. Schroeder with the layup. And Schroeder gets his layup this time. Schroeder with 2 points for the Kings. Keyonte George has the ball. Schroeder is on him, looking at him intensely. He passes it to Lowry. Finland. And he gets the 2, and Lowry gets the 2 points. There we go. I am loving it. Okay, while Lowry gets to the line to shoot 2, we got a message in the chat. We should be able to take advantage of Sac's bench. Yes. Yes, we should. Like Keegan Murray would have been a player that they could have really used and not having him on the bench. I think our bench has way more experience and firepower. And as soon as our guys get tired and they start rotating around, we definitely could do something. But I think even without taking advantage of their bench, John Harris, I definitely think that our starting 5, with how that last game went against the Clippers, we're in a position where I think we can challenge most teams right now. Lowry's about to take his second free throw, and he drills it. Jazz up 7-2. But no, good comment by that. Let's take a look at who the Kings have on their bench. Okay, they got Malik Monk, experienced guy, Dario Saric, Maxime Renaud. Like he's a good youngster. He just got drafted this year. Like he's somebody that I'm looking at. I believe he went early second round. I think it's 32nd or 33rd, just off the top of my head. But definitely within the first 5 picks of the second round. Dylan Caldwell, Keon Ellis, I know him. Devin Carter, like it's been a bit rough for him. Drew Eubanks, former Jazz man. Let's see if he manages to get some games. Daquan Plowden, don't know. Doug McDermott, yes, know him. And Russell Westbrook at the bottom of the bench. But that's fine. That's fine. It's all about the Jazz. Kyle Filipowski draining a 3. I think Flip might be back in this game. This is the game where we needed him back. Okay, Flip has the ball. Passes it to Svi. Svi Mihailo passes to Flip. To Keyonte. Keyonte trying to get away from Zach Lavine. Come on, Key. Let's see what you got. Pass it to Kessler. Sabonis can't do nothing but you. Flip has the ball. No, Markkanen has the ball. Oh, Markkanen takes a 3, but doesn't manage to nail it. Doesn't manage to nail it. But that's fine. That's fine. Lavine. Oh, Lavine there with an offensive foul. And Keyonte goes flying. Zach Lavine's a strong boy, but that's fine. Offensive foul. We'll take that. Jazz get the ball back. I got to mute that. My bad, guys. Okay. It is... Oh, it's a blocking foul. Oh, I missed that. So on Keyonte George. Kings ball. DeMar DeRozan has it. Jazz trying to double team. Moving the ball pretty well. Zach Lavine with a 3. Okay. Jazz are only up by 3 at the moment with that Zach Lavine 3. And timeout has been called. Will Hardy is angry. Woof. Okay, game is still pretty close. Just before they went on break, then it did look like Will Hardy was pretty angry. Like I don't think we're doing that bad, but it looks like maybe the guys aren't completely following the instructions that the coach had. So it's gonna be interesting. So we got shout out to Apollo there. Loving the start. It's 3 years. And Apollo, you got the dedication. I love the dedication, but it's Friday night going to Saturday, so I could see why you're up, mate. Flip is going to break out this year. I completely agree. Like now he has an opportunity to start. So I'm glad that the work that he did last season and in summer league was enough to prove to Will Hardy that like this is his time to play. You got John Harris there saying, I like having 3 different 7-footers. Yes, that's what I think is key. And after seeing some of the highlights of some of the other games, I really think that the bigger we are, the better it is. There's a Frenchman in San Antonio right now that has got the NBA on notice. And the more 7-footers that I think a team have, the better. The better. So I like that comment there, John Harris. It's the Jazz's defense that's surprised me this season. We need to give 20 minutes to Walter Clayton Jr. That was by Apollo. I think Walter Clayton Jr. eventually will get that. To be honest, I think he will. And to be honest, the Jazz's defense, that was one of their biggest weakness. So, and I watch most of their Salt Lake games. I watch some of the most of the games in Vegas and all of the preseason games. And the one thing I kept saying, especially after watching other teams, was like the Jazz need to work on their defense. They need to work on their defense. And lo and behold, game 1, like I noticed the defense. The biggest change compared to last season was how good the defense was. Everybody was locked in on defense. And if we could stay like that to us the whole season, like I'm not trying to say the Jazz can make the playoffs, but I definitely think that they will be light years better than what they showed last season. And I think that's all any fan right now could really ask for. So yeah, just shout out to the Utah Jazz organization, to the players there for just executing on the coach's plans. Okay, the game is back. Looks like it was Jazz ball there. Looks like something is going on. Okay, Jazz ball. Keyonte George has it, but Schroeder is on him like white on rice. So he passes it to Walker Kessler. He's got Sabonis on him. Walker's got too much length on him. Passes to Flip. But it looks like it's an offensive foul by Kessler. But that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Jazz is still in this. That's exactly what we want. You got Lauren Green there reporting for the Jazz. Camera is panned on Svi Mihailuk right now. And I can't hear exactly what she's saying, but I know that they must be talking about the good work Svi Mihailuk has done. So shout out to Svi Mihailuk for that. But now the Kings have the ball. Schroeder there passes it to. Oh, it's a cut. The Jazz foul though. It's a good foul by Flip to send. I think that's Dario Saric to the line. Yes, it is Dario Saric. Jazz a little bit slow on that one, but I'd have to say like pretty good passing for the Kings on that play there. Saric takes his first one and nails it. All right, Sarge about to take his second one. He drills it. Okay. All right, Jazz up only by 1 now. Jazz need to. All right, Svi Mihailuk with the ball. Svi drives to the basket. It looks like he gets. No, he doesn't. Doesn't get fouled. At least the referees don't call it. Lavine to the corner to Saric. Saric misses. Filipowski with the rebound. There we go, Flip. Flip passes to Key. Key brings it down the court. Takes a 3. But look, was that a foul? No, it wasn't. Filipowski, no. There we go. Markkanen gets the rebound and dunks it. Saric there has the ball, brings up the court, passes it to Zach Lavine. Sabonis is on him. Zach Lavine with a 3. He misses. Filipowski with the rebound. Flip's got the ball. He brings up the court, passes it to Lowry. Lowry looking for Svi. Svi trying to do something to Kessler. Kessler to Keyonte. Let's go, Keyonte. Let's see what you can do. Drive to the basket. Yes, he does. And he gets it. Keyonte George, I believe that's his first set of points for the game so far. Yes, it is. We got Sabonis with the ball now. Kessler is on him, though. They pass it to the corner. DeMar DeRozan to the corner to Zach Lavine. Oh, and Zach Lavine drains a three. Jazz are only up by 2 right now. The Jazz are going to have to start to do something to try to stop or at least nullify Zach Lavine. Nice lob pass there by Keyonte George to Larry Markkinen, who gets the dunk. Play is moving so quick. I am struggling to keep up. There we go. Mid-range by Dennis Schroeder, and he nails it. Jazz have got to be quicker. Dennis Schroeder was Eurobasket MVP. We definitely shouldn't be taking him lightly. Keyonte George has the ball, pass it to Flip. Flip drives to the basket. But Svi Mykhailiuk with a 3. No, he doesn't get it. Does the Jazz get a rebound? No. Schroeder gets the rebound. Flip. Kings try to do something with it, but just wasn't able to. Flip manages to get something on it. It bounces off Lavine and out, and it looks like it's going to be the Jazz ball. Both teams looking to move the ball really quickly. And it's Jazz ball again. Keyonte George brings it up. Let's go, Key. We got some changes. Bryce is in the game. Markkinen with a 3, but misses. Taylor Hendricks is in the game as well. Yeah, we definitely have needed to get something a little bit more. Ace Bailey is in the game. There we go, Ace. Nice to see you again, Ace, in the game. I got to give a shout out to Ace. Got to give Ace as much good luck as we possibly can. Wasn't feeling well in the last game. Kings messed it up, and it's Jazz ball again. Keyonte George brings the ball up. Who's he going to pass to? He has 3 by Keyonte George. No, he doesn't get it. Ace Bailey is on him, though. I believe that is DeMar DeRozan, maybe Keon Elliott. It was a block by Keyonte George on Drew Eubanks. Jazz get a 2 there by Bryce Sensabaugh. Kings have the ball. Drew Eubanks. He's got Kessler that's on him. Eubanks can't do anything. Kessler just too big, too long for him. Got Keyonte George with the ball now. Pass it to Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey with a midi. He doesn't manage to get it. That's fine, Ace. You still got it. Zach Lavine with a 3. He misses. Jazz have the ball again. Rebound was picked up there by Bryce Sensabaugh, but Keyonte George has the ball now. To Kessler. He's got Drew Eubanks on him. To Bryce. Bryce moves, sets up Kessler. I think it's a travel. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, no. A few little mistakes here in the early games for the Jazz, but what is it that we can do to kind of get back on track? So it is Kings ball right now. Okay, Kings number 18. Okay, Russell Westbrook is on the court now for the Kings. Good to see Russ back. It actually would have been a little bit of a shame to see Russell Westbrook end his career and go out like that if he wasn't able to get on the team. I wouldn't have mind taking him with the Jazz if we had like space at the point guard position. But hey, that's just me. But it ends up being a foul for the Kings, and Zach Lavine goes to the line. Looks like Svi Mykhailiuk was the one that prevented the basket from him, and he goes to the line to take 2. So we've got some more chat. Oh, we got quite a lot of chat here. Okay, I'm gonna go through all of these now. Oh no, it's only a few here. Yeah, we'll have a deep backcourt when Collier is back. But I think that presents an opportunity to Walter Clayton. to go out there and show what he could do. Because when I was looking at the numbers, like Walter Clayton's efficiency so far when he does get on the court, if he was to play a similar amount of minutes to Keyonte George, he probably would outscore him and have more assists than him. So like that's one to definitely watch out for. Paulo says Larry after the Olympics or Eurobasket is like prime Larry Bird. Needs to get his three up to 40%. Completely agree. The poetry is that the Nuggets and the Clippers gave us the most brutal playoff series losses with Mitchell and Gobert, and they happen to be the teams we beat on both season openers. That's true. Hope we're this good. I got my fingers crossed. Larry attacking it and getting free throws, love it. Flip has such a soft touch, dude. Last season, sublime Flip. Apollo then says Ace coming up off the bench is annoying. Hopefully he can get. I think the only reason why he's coming up off the bench is just because of the illness that he had. Looks like he had like some type of stomach flu. I know he had some knee soreness before, but you could just tell in the last game and the games he played before, like he just wasn't like up to 100%. But at some point, Ace is going to be starting over Team High. Like I definitely see that. Yep, Flip really gobbles up the balls. No, very good at the rebounding. Nasty block by Key. Walker, Texas. I like that one. Walker, Texas Ranger. No, I'm a big fan of Walker Kessler too. All right, so we got a break on right now. Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the stats and what are we saying here? So Jazz are down by 2. So we got Isaac Jones there on the King side, no points. You got DeMar DeRozan. He's been pretty silent. I haven't talked about him that much. Domantas Sabonis, we've heard nothing from him. Dennis Schroeder, he's had a few points there, but it's really Zach Lavine. He's been the one. He's playing at the 2 guard position. We really need, as Jazz, for the Jazz, to have Svi Mihailuk deal with Zach Lavine. Yes, I know it's Zach Lavine, and like I know Zach Lavine is a top player, but we really need to fix Zach Lavine, and Svi and Keyonte George are going to have to do a better job with kind of at least slowing him down. Walker Kessler there, he has no points at the moment. Kyle Filipowski with 5 points, 3 rebounds. Nice one for Flip. Yeah, but still early days for the Jazz. Lowry with 6 points. So the game so far definitely has been, I would say, a lot more challenging for the Jazz so far, but still early days. We had Bryce on, Sensabar on for a bit. He got 2 points in his 3 minutes. Taylor Hendricks was on, but I didn't really notice him so much. Same thing with, Ace Bailey had the 1 mid-range shot. Yusuf Nurkic, I didn't see unless I was just looking at the chat. Same thing there goes with Walter Clayton. My guess is that they probably came on near the end, but that's fine. Let's see what the Jazz could do against their bench unit. Like, we're still in this, and it looks like we're coming back at the moment. They're showing a few highlights from just before the break, particularly the Keyonte George block on Drew Eubanks. Like, that was really good. So Keyonte's on the bench, so is Flip, so is Lowry. So the second unit, and Svi, so the second unit is on the court right now. So that explains a lot. That explains why we see 1 minute there for Walter Clayton. But Zach Lavine to the line. He's probably going to make these. And he makes his second one. All right, Walter Clayton with the ball. Walk Lake City, baby. Let's see what you can do. All right. I think that's Keon Ellis picking up Walter Clayton full court to Ace Bailey. Good long pass by Walter Clayton Jr. Clayton loses the ball, but it looks like it was a reach and foul. No, that was a Malik Monk who was picking up Walter Clayton full court. Malik Monk gets first foul, and it looks like Walter Clayton, I think it's going to be side out instead of to the line. Walter Clayton looks like he wasn't in the position to shoot as of yet. All right, yeah, side out. Walter Clayton has the ball. He passes it to Ace Bailey. Let's go, Ace. Let's see what you could do, Ace. We need you, Ace. Bryce has got the ball. It's a sensor bar, and it goes to Nurkic. Well done to Nurkic. All right, Jazz only down by 1. We got Russell Westbrook with the ball to Malik Monk. Taylor Hendricks is on him, though. And whistle blows. I don't know what happened there. Is it going to be Jazz ball now, or? Okay, they got the camera pan now to Nurkic. Oh, it looks like it was a foul by Nurkic on Malik Monk. Maybe it was the screen that he was setting. All right, still Kings ball. They're up by 2. It was like Russell Westbrook. He's got Taylor Hendricks that's on him. They try to double team, but no. But then in the corner, Kings with a 3. Not sure who that is. I can't tell from here. Number 23 for the Kings is Keon Ellis. Okay. All right. Nurkic with the ball. Passes. Nurkic tries to set up Walter Clayton, but Clayton just not able to get the ball with that one. Jazz do get the ball back. Taylor Hendricks has the ball. Pass it to the corner. Bryce Sensabaugh with a 3. No. Bryce again with the 3. Oh, and he trails it. There we go. All right. Let's get some cheering now. Let's get some excitement. Let's get some energy. All right. Jazz only down by 2. Sabonis with the ball. Passes it to, looks like that's Keon Ellis with a mid-range. Drills it. No. Walter Clayton drives to the basket. Nobody cuts back to Nurkic. Nurkic doesn't get the layup, though. That's unfortunate. The biggest difference between this game so far compared to the game against Clippers definitely is a bit of efficiency. Looks like Ace Bailey with a 3. Ace Bailey doesn't manage to get it, though. But that's fine. Let's keep going. Let's not give up. Russell Westbrook has the ball. Russell Westbrook tries to drive to Keon Ellis, to DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan with a mid-range. Right, Jazz have the ball now. Larry Markkinen is back. Walter Clayton, he's got Keon Ellis on him. Ball comes into Nurkic, to Walter Clayton, to Nurkic. What is Nurkic going to do now? To Lowry. He's got Sabonis on him, though. Lowry! Looks like it's going to be a foul on Sabonis on Lowry. I think that is the right decision. Good drive by Lowry on that one. Lowry goes to the line to shoot 2. Lowry nails his first one. Cool, calm, and collective. Let's go, Lowry. All right, takes his second one and nails it. Oh, what's going on here? I'm hearing that it's a shooting violation. I'm a bit confused right now. It's a jump ball right now. And we got Nurkic versus Sabonis. 32 seconds to go. Ace Bailey gets the ball. All right. Ace Bailey tries to drive to the basket. Oh, but he gets blocked. That's got to be a foul, ref. But the Kings get the ball back. DeMar DeRozan has the ball, and Ace Bailey is guarding him right now. Ace Bailey is on DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan gets past Ace. Walter Clayton Jr. The Jazz try to defend that one so well. Walter Clayton has the ball now. Is he going to go for the shot? Taylor Hendricks, and the ball gets stuck when Taylor Hendricks tries to take a three. But that was definitely a difficult quarter for the Jazz on that one. A few turnovers, a few little mistakes here and there, but the Jazz are still in this game. No need to panic right now. We're dealing with a lot of experienced guys against the Sacramento Kings, and we can still be effective. So now that the first quarter is over, let's see what is going on when it comes just to the overall stats. All right, I got to do the Jazz first. I need to see what's going on there. So we got Lowry's got 7 points. Flip with 5 in 6 minutes, but he's got 3 rebounds, which is good. Kessler has none, no points, which is way different from the first game. Like in the first quarter, Kessler was on fire. Like that's the one thing that the Kings have stopped. So we got to find a way to feed Kessler. Keyonte George has only got 2, but he's got 4 assists. See, Mihalik is only on 3, kind of in around what they had in the first game. Bryce Sensabaugh's got 5, and he's only played 5 minutes. That's good. Taylor Hendricks with no points, but he's got 1 assist and 1 rebound. Ace Bailey with nothing on the board within the 6 minutes. Yusuf Nurkic there with 2 points in his 4 minutes, and Walter Clayton there. He's got no points, but has got a couple of rebounds there so far. Okay, so we're not down by that much, but the biggest thing for me is Walker Kessler in our starting 5, and he has no points right now and no assists. In the last game, at this point, Kessler had points and assists. Like that was where we were effective, and I think we surprised a lot of teams with Kessler being so offensively driven. Maybe the Kings have realized this, and they're making sure that Kessler's not in the position to really have that much of an impact like what he had in the last game. But that has definitely got to change. Like we're gonna need Kessler to be better offensive. Like it's not like he's played badly, like he's played well. But I'm putting that down to the Sacramento Kings just doing a good job and keeping him silent throughout this game. So we got a message there in chat. Okay, so Apollo says, is there any chance that we could have another year where we start well and then blow up a team to tank? We don't have anybody to I'm done with tanking, man. Like it is. I guess logistically it is possible. Like the Jazz have put themselves in the position whereby they can pivot if they need be. So yes, I just would very much not like to go down that route. Larry would was it Apollo says Larry would obviously be the candidate for trade bait, but I actually want him to compete for playoffs. I'm done with tanking. I completely agree there. How long is Collier out? Also, Sensabaugh is a sniper. Yep, Sensabaugh. Like he's like last season, I read a stat that he was the 3rd best 3-point shooter in the league. Like after the halfway break. Collier, I have no idea when Collier is out. All I keep hearing is that he's got a hamstring issue. So, like, you know, with these type of muscle issues, you got to be pretty careful with it. I would love to have him there because I think he's the best facilitator out of all of them. And I think that's something that, you know, we do need, even if it means that like his minutes are varied depending on who he's playing. But I have no idea. They haven't really said with that. But again, even if like muscle wise, like he's fine, we have to think about he's not going to be game ready. He hasn't played any of preseason. He wasn't even there. He didn't even play in training camp. So like he's quite a bit behind in terms of being ready. And my guess is that he'd probably get some time in the G League, at least just to get him back up to where we need him to be. So the game is back. And the Jazz, or at least Lowry did get a 3, and the Jazz are within 2. Lowry there, he's got Keon Ellis that's on him, being very physical with him at the moment. That's what we want. Walter Clayton there with the ball, pass it to Nurkic. But the refs blow the whistle, and I'm just wondering, like, what did they blow? Oh, it looks like it's Russell Westbrook. Is Russ being a little bit too physical? No. But it looks like it's still going to be Jazz ball. Walter Clayton with the inbound pass. Pass it to Svi Mykhailiuk. Svi Mykhailiuk's back on the court. Pass it to Lowry. Lowry with the 3. Doesn't manage to get it. And the Kings get the rebound. DeMar DeRozan to Malik Monk. No, but they've let Sabonis out. Rightly so, because that 3 went nowhere. And Svi Mykhailiuk has the ball to Walter Clayton Jr. He's got Malik Monk that's on him. Walter Clayton has the ball now. Drives to the basket. There we go, Walt. That's what we want to see, Walt. Jazz are now back level. That definitely deserves some claps. That deserves some claps. Jazz have been down for a while now, and we've just needed something a little bit different. And that is what Walter Clayton is bringing to you in this game to tonight. They got the camera pan on Walter Clayton Jr. Looks like they were about to do a few infographic there before going on break. But let me actually load up. Normally I have ESPN that I normally look at halftime, but I'm going to look at ESPN for Walter Clayton Jr. right now because I'm sure that he might be showing that he's a little bit more effective than Keyonte George in this game so far. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. All right. So we got Keyonte George there. He's got 2 points. Same thing with Walt. He's got 2. Walt's got 3 rebounds, though. No assists. No, they're about the same. They're about the same. I'd still put Key a little bit ahead because he's played 8 minutes. He's got a +2 plus minus. But Walter Clayton, at the very least, being the impact player that we want him to be at this moment, really making things difficult for the Kings. And it looks like the game is about to come back on. But let me close this window. All right, game is still on break, but I see there's one person in there. I assume that is you, Apollo. But what did you think of the first half so far, if you're still in there? Okay. So looks like they had a few break shenanigans in the stadium. They're doing a few entertaining stuff. They got a guy with a ladder. Looks like it was on his face. But the game hasn't quite started back up again. All right. We got 2 people there watching. Again, just want to say thanks for the 2 people. Thanks for the 3 people that are watching. I really appreciate the support. Definitely leave comments below. Let me know what you think about the game. Or what do you think about how I am in this game as well? I do appreciate feedback. It does help me continue to grow and get better at doing these watch alongs. It is definitely not something that comes natural. So I definitely much appreciated by it. So it looks like the game has started back. Something is up with the camera angle, and they are showing the wrong camera angle. At least if you're looking at using the NBA app to watch the game. Is something going on over here? Okay. I'm trying to sort out this game situation. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. All right, so it looks like they fixed the camera. Um, all right, so they're speaking to George's Niang there at the moment while the game is going on. But it's Jazz 33, Sacramento Kings 33. They fixed the camera angle, so we're good. But the Kings just hit a three. That was a big three. That was a big three right there. Looks like the Jazz are calling another timeout. This game has definitely been a close one. John Harris says in the chat, Collier has a hamstring problem. Yeah, they can be tricky. Yep. And I think that's exactly why they're just giving him lots of time. I think the more time that he has, the better. And the game goes on for another break. Yeah, those hamstring issues can be tricky. Like they could eventually lead into some big problems. And right now, I could honestly say I don't think that we need we need Isaiah Collier, but it would be great to have him in the near future. That's where I'm gonna put the Isaiah Collier situation. Like I think he's our best facilitator, as I've said before. Yeah, he's not the best shooter, but his strength and his speed, his ability to be able to get to the basket is bar none. And even though I think that someone like Walter Clayton probably has the best balance of between him and Keyonte, who I think is a very good shooter and a good facilitator, probably a better shooter than Walter Clayton. Well, we'll find out this season, but nevertheless, I'm looking forward to having Isaiah Collier back. He was one of my favorite players last year, so we just have to hope and see how things turn out. So the game is still on a break at the moment. Well, they came back and went to another break when Will Hardy called for a break or for at least a timeout. And there hasn't been much movement on the scores since the last break. Now, there was a big three that was hit by the Kings. I believe that was by DeMar DeRozan. But we'll have to see. Definitely a lot closer game than what I wanted. Of course, you want the Jazz to be up ahead and dominate like the last game, but definitely this game is a lot more competitive. And if the Jazz do end up getting the win, I could honestly say it will be well deserved, and that will become due to hard work, following the game plan, and just complete and utter efficiency and execution. So let's see what we could do. But it looks like we are coming back now. They still got Georges Niang there talking to Thurl Bailey. They're probably talking about when is he also coming back as well. That's something that we also haven't talked about as well. Georges Niang there is another one that's injured. His looks a lot worse, but hey, let's see what happens. So we got Ace Bailey back on the court. Bryce Sensabaugh is there as well. They are picking up Ace Bailey full court there. Oh, Kessler there with the bad pass, and it leads to a turnover. There, Keon Ellis there passes it to, I believe that's Jones. Jones with a three. Bryce gets the ball. Keyonte George is back on the court too. Keyonte there, he's got Schroeder there that's on him. Can we get Ace Bailey with some points? Kessler has the ball. Is Kessler going to shoot a three? No. I know he's got Drew Eubanks that's on him. Kessler there drives to the basket. No, he passes it to Taylor Hendricks. To Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey with a midi. Ace Bailey. No, hold on. Oh, no. I thought that was in. It was no, it wasn't, but it was nothing just but air. But Schroeder has the ball now for the Kings. Ace Bailey has him. Oh, and Schroeder there with a three. Even though he had a hand in his face, nice one there by Schroeder. I gotta say that. Like, Ace Bailey was in the right position, but just was not enough. Ace Bailey now has the ball. It looks like, I don't know what's happened there, but it looks like the Jazz have lost possession. Doesn't look like it was a foul. They now have the camera panned to Georges Niang. Still talking to Georges Niang. As much as I love Georges Niang, I just want to watch the game, people. Like, let's focus on now they've got back to the game. So we got Dennis Schroeder that's on. Schroeder pass to Drew Eubanks. Jazz almost come close to sealing it by Keyonte George. But Jazz knock it out of bounds, and it's going to be the Kings ball. They've still got the camera pan to Georges Niang. But they switch it back to the game. Okay, we got Schroeder with the ball. Ace Bailey is on him. Ace Bailey marks him. But he doesn't manage to get a good contest by Ace Bailey on that one. Keyonte George now with the ball. Keyonte, is he going to shoot? Shoot the three, Keyonte. We know you can do it. Ace Bailey now has the ball. Let's go, Ace. Show them what time it is. Ace Bailey there. No. Ace Bailey doesn't manage to get anything. Everything that Ace tries, it either is being contested or doesn't manage to get anywhere. And the Kings score again with a layup by Jones there, getting the offensive rebound. Keyonte brings the ball up, pass it to Walker Kessler. Walker, Texas Ranger, like my man Apollo said. Bryce there with the shot. Yes. And a nice there, too. Easy two there by Bryce Sensabaugh. We're going to need some more from Bryce. We're going to need you right now, Bryce. Keon Ellis there with a two. Goes out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be Jazz ball. They're showing a replay of the Bryce Sensabaugh 2. Yeah, it's been quite a while since we've seen the Jazz score, but that was a good one that the Jazz needed. Bryce Sensabaugh with the ball. Pass it back to Keyonte. Keyonte marshalling. Kessler. Corner. Kessler has the ball back to Key. To Kessler. No. Then we got little bit of miscommunication there between Keyonte George and Walker Kessler. Trying to create something. This is a tough game. Tough game. Like, it's not like the Jazz are playing badly. They're doing all the right things. Just that little bit of just not quite having it. But they're still in this. Keyonte has the ball. Goes all the way around. Keyonte there with a floater. Does manage to get it, though. Jazz are only down by 4 right now. Dennis Schroeder with the ball. Screen was set by the Kings, but they miss, and Keyonte George gets the rebound, has the ball, pass it to Bryce. Bryce, what can you do? Keyonte George, pass it to the corner, to Lowry. Lowry, no! And the ball goes out, and it's going to be Kings ball again, but that's fine. Keyonte George really trying to will the Jazz into getting points. That's what it's going to take, it looks like, for this game, because the Kings are not letting us have anything even halfway easy. Schroeder with the ball. Moves past Keyonte. Schroeder there. Schroeder there just turning the Jets on and gets past Keyonte and Walker Kessler. We got to do a better job at stopping him from getting to the basket. Keyonte George to the basket. Oh, but what a block by Drew Eubanks. No, hold on. Was that Drew Eubanks or was that Zach Lavine? Who was that? Oh, wow. Keyonte George there driving to the basket, and it was going to go for a nice, easy layup, something that we need. I believe that was Zach Lavine there. Ball comes in now from Walker Kessler. to Bryce Sensabaugh. Zach Lavine is on him. They've got their most potent squads. Bryce Sensabaugh with a three. No, doesn't manage to get it for that one. Lavine has the ball. He brings it up the court. Taylor Hendricks is on him, though. You got to stop him, Taylor. Walker's on him. Schroeder with the three. No, he misses it. Sabonis gets the rebound. We must not have any second opportunities. Lavine to DeRozan. Keyonte, you got to stop him. There we go, Key. DeRozan with a midi. He misses, but Kessler gets the ball. Nice one, Kessler with the rebound. Keyonte George brings up the court. Keyonte looking at Dennis Schroeder like, you mug. Get away from me. Let's go, Keyonte. He's trying to figure out who am I going to pass it to. Keyonte, step back three. Oh, and it's Keyonte George with a three. It's Keyonte George. There we go. That deserves a clap. The Jazz only down by 3. Let's go, Jazz. We got 3 minutes left in the second half. Or in the second quarter, I mean. Zach Lavine with the ball, passes it to Sabonis. That's too easy. That's too easy for Sabonis. No. We got a 100% concentration on defense. The Jazz have been great so far on the defense, but it requires 100% concentration. Not 70, not 80, not 90, but 100%. But I think the Jazz overall have played really, really well. Let's keep this game close. Jazz are only down by 5, but they do have the ball right now. Keyonte George, inbound pass to Walker Kessler. Pass it back to Key. Key, low pass to Marketing. No! Marketing, a little bit too much by Key on that one. DeMar DeRozan has the ball now. Putting a little bit of skill on Keyonte. Keyonte defending well. Nice one by Key. Great defending. Oh, but ball goes off the Kings and the Jazz get another opportunity to try to get something on that. And it's going to be Jazz ball. 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Okay. What is going on? And we got an offensive foul. Looks like it's Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder, full court. Oh, yeah, that's a foul. That is a blatant foul. Literally, he just pulls him. That is a blatant foul right there by Dennis Schroeder. But it's the Kings ball. Hey, that's crazy. All right, we got Lavine with the ball. DeMar DeRozan. He's got Larry Markkanen that's on him. What is he going to do? Switch. DeMar DeRozan to the basket. Oh, he gets to the basket. That big body was just too much. Kings are up by 7. The Jazz need to score now. We have to reduce the deficit. Svi with a 3. Svi! Oh, yes! Svi Mihailuk. Wow! Svi Mihailuk with the 3, and he goes to the line to get 1. Oh, that's what the Jazz needed. That is what the Jazz needed right then and there. They needed that 3, and they needed. Hopefully, they will get the extra point, and then that will only put the Jazz down by 3. We got 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go. All right, Svi Mihailuk about to shoot. Drills it. There we go. All right. Schroeder brings the ball up now. Dennis Schroeder passes it to DeMar DeRozan. He's got Keyonte George on him. There we go. Oh, Jazz get a steal. No, Nurkic. I think the ball comes off Nurkic. So it's still going to be Kings ball. That's fine, though. Jazz are only down by 3. Schroeder has the ball. Schroeder drives to the ball. Oh, he pulls up for a midi, and he nails the midi. Schroeder. I'm super impressed by Dennis Schroeder. I mean, I was impressed by him from Eurobasket, but like he's such a quality player. Keyonte George has the ball now. Keyonte loses Zach Lavine. Keyonte George with a layup. No, doesn't manage to get it. Nurkic. Oh, the Jazz lose the ball. Kings have the ball again. Sabonis passes it to Zach Lavine. To Schroeder. Schroeder drives to the basket. Block. Walker Kessler. No, Nurkic. Oh, nice one by the Jazz. Keyonte George picks up the pass. Long bounce pass to Lauri Markkanen. And Lauri gets the easy layup. And the Jazz are only down by 3 again. Zach Lavine with a 3. Zach Lavine with a miss. Nurkic with the rebound. Jazz have an opportunity. We got 40 seconds to go. Keyonte George with the ball. Dennis Schroeder is on him, though. What can Schroeder do? Nothing. Keyonte George with the 3. No. Keyonte to Taylor. Taylor with an open 3. No. Jazz lose the ball again. And it looks like it's going to be Kings ball. Wonderful pass. That pass that Keyonte George passed to Lauri was pretty good. Reminded me one of like Isaiah Collier would frequently do. But now Jazz ball. Can the Jazz get something at Lauri? Lauri with a 3. No. Kings have the ball now. DeMar DeRozan. We got 13 seconds to go. DeMar DeRozan. You know he's going to try to get the winner. Or at least score before the end of the second quarter. Kings with a 3. They miss. Taylor Hendricks hoofs it up. No. But that's fine. That's fine. Jazz are only down by 3. I can accept that. This has been a tough game. It's been a tough game. The Jazz are still in it. That's what we wanted. Can't complain there. Okay. So is there anybody in the chat? No, that message was from last time. So it is halftime. Jazz are down by 3, 46-49. And we're still in this. It has been tough, but we're in it. Now that we are at halftime, we can start looking at things more in depth. Looking at how me watching the game and how the numbers show with how the game is going. Okay, so I got ESPN up. And we got Lauri there, 17 minutes played. He's got 12 points with a +6 ±. He's 4 out of 11 from the field. It's a little bit low. 1 out of 7 from 3. Yeah, that's bad. 3 out of 3 from his free throws. He's got 2 rebounds, no assists. Yeah, it's been a little bit rough for Lauri. Like, he's not really one that's one to create shots for other people, but I definitely would have expected this to be a little bit more. Definitely the 3-point, like, couple of threes, and this would have looked a bit better. To be 3 out of 7, that actually would have put the Jazz in the lead. So definitely you could see where the improvement is from that point. Filipowski, you haven't seen him in a while. He's only played 9 minutes, but he's got 5 points. He's got a +- He's got a +9 ±. He's 2 from 2 from the field, 1 out of 1 from his 3. He's got 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Game's gone pretty good for Filipowski when you look at like the minutes that he's played. Walker Kessler, he's got none. Okay, see, this is the problem right here. In the last break, it might have been like halfway in the second quarter, I talked about Walker Kessler needed to do more offensively because no points was unacceptable. No points in a first half, that's just bad. And it's not as though like he hasn't tried. But like we can't, this just can't happen. For the Jazz to win this game, we are going to need Walker Kessler. I think the reason why the Jazz are still in this game is because they've really shared out a lot of the offensive responsibilities. So even though Walker Kessler has 0, Svi Mihailuk has delivered, even though I've been a very big critique of his. He's got 7 points in his 13 minutes. He's 50% from the field. 2 out of 3 from his three. Hit all his free throws. 3 rebounds, 1 steal. Like, Svi's been pretty good. And you got Keyonte George there with 7. Like, he's been good. Taylor Hendricks there, no points in 14 minutes. This has got to improve. Like, 0 points in 14 minutes. And Taylor Hendricks, I haven't even noticed Taylor Hendricks. Whilst like Walker Kessler, I've noticed Walker. You know, he's gotten rebounds. He's tried to defend. You know, there's like Walker's giving you something. Taylor Hendricks, I haven't noticed. We might need to do something about that. Bryce Sensabaugh, 7 points in 11 minutes. He's 3 out of 6 from the field, so 50%, 25% from 3. That is not good when he's normally like 44%. And I know the Sacramento Kings have been a bit of a pain and probably prevented him opportunities that you would naturally expect him to get. But I want more from Bryce. I want to be here saying, Bryce, baby. And we just haven't had that so far. But this time, we got Yusuf Nurkic there. He's 4 points in 10 minutes. He's 2 out of 5 from the field, so about 40%. No 3-pointers, no free throws, but he's got 5 rebounds, 1 turnover. That's fine. Ace Bailey having a rough game. He's played 8 minutes and he's had no points, nothing on the board, 0 out of 5 from the field. Like, it's been a rough game from him. Like, you got to be just completely honest about that. And then Walter Clayton Jr. there, he's also played 8 minutes, except he's got 4 points in his 8 minutes. That's actually pretty good. He's got 4 rebounds, no assists as of yet. Definitely the Kings are part of the reason why that is. And he's got a -5 on his plus minus there. Could we see Kevin Love in this game, maybe to replace Taylor Hendricks? Could we see Kyle Anderson, maybe even Cody Williams in there as well? Definitely a few more changes, ones that we wouldn't have expected, might be up for grabs. Yeah, because the Taylor Hendricks one, yeah, that's a bad one. Ace Bailey, we just drafted him. He's got to just play out of it. Like, I'm in full blown. He just has to play out of it. So he's gonna keep getting minutes, and we're gonna see what he can do. He really just needs to hit a couple points, and it'll probably all start flowing like water. But maybe it's a Kevin Love, Kyle Anderson, or Cody Williams type of game where we bring one of those guys in for maybe Taylor Hendricks and see what we can do there. And then on the Kings side, you got Schroeder is definitely their best player. I've been talking about Schroeder too much in this game for him not to be the biggest threat. Him and Zach Lavine beyond the shadow of a doubt, and that has been perfectly apparent. Zach Lavine with a +2 plus minus. He's 5 out of 9 from the field. Very good from the field. You know, he's 40% from 3. Hit all his free throws. He's got 1 rebound, 1 assist. But Dennis Schroeder, he's there. He's almost 50% from the field, and he's 25% from 3. And he's got 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Yeah, those 2 guys, Schroeder and Lavine, they're the problem. So it's really the guards. The guards are the problem. What can we do? This is where we're going to need Svi Mihailuk. Obviously, Keyonte George. Maybe this is a game we don't play Ace Bailey a lot more. I mean, maybe we get to Ace Bailey to about 14 minutes and see what happens there throughout the whole game. But this might be a game whereby we need to prioritize defense and slowing and stopping Zach Lavine and Dennis Schroeder. And that is where probably Cody Williams. Cody Williams, we know, very versatile. 6'7". He's long. I think he's gotten better than what he showed last season. His length, he can be able to switch between the 2 and the 3, which is his natural position. Maybe even defend at the 1 if need be, Cody Williams, and to be a defensive problem for the Kings. And I think that might be what we might have to do. So that's my thoughts on the first half. The Jazz are still in there, but defensively, we gotta slow and stop these two. The EuroLeague MVP and probably one of the best dunkers that I've seen in the past 15 years in Zach Lavine. So that's where I am. Okay, so we got a few messages in the chat. I see John Harris says the threes will drop in the second half. Just have to D up. I'm assuming that's D up. Yep. Cody Williams can't use his height to guard. No, but his length, his arms. He's got long arms. Or at least to we need something more defensively. And we can't play like we like I guess maybe we could play Kyle Anderson. We definitely can't play Kevin Love. Definitely can't play Kevin Love. But we got to see how it goes. Like we're still in this, and you know, like I really want to win the game. I really want to win the game. Like I'm on Twitter and I see people online and they constantly talk crap about the Jazz, and I'm ready to shut people up. Like I've reached that point. So yeah, that's where I am. So I'm going to take a bit of a break myself. I will be back in literally in a couple of minutes, and then we can kind of take it from there. But I'll be back. Feel free to leave messages there, and yeah, we'll be back for the second half. Okay. All right. Okay. Looks like we're back. Oh, crap. Let me put on my hat. Right. Game is back. Let me stop sharing this. I will share. I'll share back the scores. Is what I normally do. Did we have a couple? Okay, so there's a few more statements. We got John Harris that said Lowry's struggling and it's close. That's a good sign for us. Yeah, because it means that obviously that he's gonna improve. Collier, why missed so many? Yeah, yeah, but I'm listen. I don't think Isaiah Collier is going to be that much better at threes this season as he was last season. I actually think that's going to be his weakness forever. I think the best thing that he's going to be able to do is to get to like 35% from three, like between now and in 4 years' time. Like I don't see him ever being a 40% three-point shooter. What I do think he should be learning to do is to become an elite defender. Like he's bigger than Walter Clayton Jr., faster than both him and Keyonte George, and he's built like an NFL running back. Like I think he's strong. He moves around like a little bull. So I think that there's definitely lots of upside on Isaiah Collier. It just depends on what he does or what he decides to do. But back to the game, and we got Keyonte George there shooting a couple free throws. Well, he just shot two, made two. The Jazz are only down by one now, which is good to see. Shoots his third, drains it. Okay. Jazz 51, Kings 51. We got Dennis Schroeder on the court with the ball now. Keyonte George is on him. Let's go, Keyonte. Let's see what you can do. Go. Oh, Keyonte. No. Sabonis now has the ball. Kessler is on him, though. You got him. You got him, Kessler. But it looks like it was a kick ball. No. Oh, looks like, was it a foul by Flip? As in Filipowski? Not sure on that one. Still King's ball. DeMar DeRozan has the ball now. Marketing is on him, though. Zach Lavine there. He's got Svi Mykhailiuk that's on him. Zach Lavine with a three. He misses. Flip. No, Kessler with the rebound. Keyonte George now has the ball. Brings the ball up the court. Goes past Schroeder, but Schroeder does manage to stay with him. Flip. No, Marketing has the ball now. Passes it to Svi. Svi, he's got Zach Lavine that's on him. Sabonis is switched on to him. Svi Mykhailiuk with a three. He does miss. And it looks like it's a foul on Lowry. And it looks like Lowry's going to go to the line. And Jones looks like he's got another foul on him. It's fourth, as they're saying, which is good. Hopefully he could get out of the game. No, Lowry doesn't go to the line. That's going to be side out. Keyonte George with the ball. Inbound pass to Svi. Svi to Walker. Walker there with a bullet pass to Keyonte George, but just a bit too much for Keyonte. And it ends up being King's ball. DeMar DeRozan with the ball. Good defense by Keyonte George. Schroeder switches. DeMar DeRozan. Now has the ball. No. Back to Schroeder. To Zach Lavine. To Sabonis. Kessler does have him, though. There we go. Kessler. And it's the Jazz ball now. Sabonis just not being able to find. Jazz playing some really good defense right now. That's exactly what we need right now. Consistent defense. This is what we do. This is what we need to do in order for the Jazz to really progress. I am loving what I'm seeing right now. Flip with the ball. Pass it to Lowry. Lowry drives to the bar. He's got Sabonis that's on him. He takes a three. Oh, and he drinks it. Nice one. Nice one by Lowry Markkanen. There we go. That definitely deserves some cheering. And I think the Kings call a timeout for that one. They're showing a replay of the three. Good three by Lowry with that one. I think John Harris was right that Lowry, it was tough for Lowry, but that's a good three. We needed that. Missed so many threes before the half. Yep. Like we missed a ton of threes in the first half, Apollo. Like if we had just even nailed a couple of those threes, we would have been well ahead. Like when you think about it, Bryce Sensabaugh, I think he was 1 out of 7 from 3. 1 out of 4 from 3 was Bryce. When Bryce is normally 40 to 50% from 3. So Bryce owes us at least 1 3, if not 2. Then you got Walker Kessler that still hasn't scored, and he normally would, at the very least, Walker would have given you a handful of points. At the very least, Walker would have given you a handful of points. He has none. Somebody was 1 out of 7 from 3. No, well, maybe that was someone else. Nevertheless, like we needed more threes. You got too many of our guys that just haven't shot the 3 ball very well today. Taylor Hendricks, he's taken two threes, hasn't hit any of them. Keyonte George is 1 out of 4. Flip is 1 out of 2. Lowry was the one that was 1 out of 7. Sorry, my bad. And now he's 2 out of 8. But you got too many guys there not shooting the 3 ball pretty well. Even Keyonte George hasn't shot the 3 ball pretty well. He's only 25%. So if we can just shoot the 3 ball just a little bit better, it does go a long way. Then you got John Harris there, clutch 3. Yep, I know you saw that Lowry Markkanen 3. I know that's exactly what you're thinking. Walter Clayton has more rebounds. Yeah, but that's because Clayton's getting in the paint. Like, that's the one thing. Clayton's getting in the paint, and Walker really hasn't been in the paint like that. That probably explains why Walker doesn't have any points, which something that needs to be fixed, like, right now. But I get it. You know, like keep Sabonis away from the paint. So they're showing Walker Kessler's stats for the last game. He had 22 points. He was 7 out of 7 from the field. He had 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Like, Walker Kessler in the last game was stacked. And to see how this game has gone, like, definitely need more. Schroeder there. I think that's Dario Saric there with a 3. Flip. Trying his best to kind of get something on that, but not enough. And now it's level again. Jazz 54, Kings 54. Keyonte George does have the ball. We got Dennis Schroeder that's on him. Gets past Schroeder. Sabonis, though, they are double teaming him. Kings playing some good defense. Lowry with the mid-range. Lowry with a mid-range. There we go, Lowry. If it ain't a 3, you end up with the 2, and Lowry Markkanen understands that. Sabonis there with a dunk on Kessler. Oh, all right, Walker, Texas Ranger, get your thumb out. Time to get some points. We cannot let Sabonis score more points than you. It's an offensive foul. Was that on Svi? Was that on Svi? I think it was on Svi. All right, Kings have the ball. Schroeder brings the ball up. Keyonte George is on him, though. Pass it to Sabonis. He does have Walker Kessler on him, though. Pass it to Lavine. Keyonte George is on him. Another pass back to Saric to Lavine. They're all trying to stop Lavine right now, but they foul Lavine. They foul Lavine. Kessler. It's a combination between Kessler and Flip, but it looks like the foul goes on Kessler on that one, and that sends Zach Lavine to the line. Like, I mean, Zach Lavine is really good, man. I don't know how you stop him. Like he's really good. He's got a good mid-range shot, shoots the three really well, can drive to the basket if he wants to. I think he's got a decent engine on him. He's got 17 points now. 7 minutes to go left in the third quarter. He drains a second free throw. 18 points now for Zach Lavine. We got to slow that down. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Like, we got to find a way to shut down Zach Lavine. And the man who has the ball right now could do it. Larry Markkinen. What can he do? Pass it to Svi. Svi, back to Lowry. Lowry with a three. No. Rebound there by Flip. There we go, Flip. Flip there. Flip. Back to... Great play. Walker Kessler. Finally. Yeah, oh, there we go. No. That definitely deserves... It definitely deserves some cheering. Walker Kessler gets his first bucket of the game in the third quarter, though. Can he stop Sabonis? Yes, no, and he doesn't manage to stop Sabonis. Sabonis gets another one. All right, Flip there has the ball. He's at the top of the key. He's got DeMar DeRozan that's on him. Flip to Lowry. Lowry there with the layup. Nice one by Lowry. Jazz 60. Kings 60. All right, Schroeder has the ball. He's got the ball. Schroeder tries to go around. No, open. Looks like it's a foul by the Kings. Jazz ball. There we go. I got to say, I'm really proud of Filipowski. Filipowski is playing some really good team basketball right now. I would very much like Filipowski to score more, but he understands what his role is in the team right now. And it really is to be a facilitator to Lowry and to Walker and to think about offense secondly. All right, Key has the ball to Lowry. Lowry with a mid-range. Lowry hits the mid-range. Jazz up 62 to 60. That deserves some cheering. Larry Markkinen with 21 points. 9 of them are in this quarter. All right, Sabonis has the ball. Pass it to Zach Lavine. What can the Jazz do to Zach Lavine? Basket doesn't count. I'm not sure if that's a foul on the Jazz or foul on the Kings. Looking at the replay, they're showing Lowry's mid-range jumper, which is good. That puts the Jazz in this game. All right. It is Kings ball. Schroeder has it. Kings lost the ball. Jazz tried to get it via Taylor Hendricks, but Taylor Hendricks gets a fingertip on it, and the ball goes out, and it's back up to the Kings ball. That was frustrating. But it's fine. It's fine. You live and learn. You live and learn to Taylor Hendricks. Kings ball. Ball goes into Drew Eubanks. Goes into Lavine. Lavine with a three. Oh, he drains it over. Ace Bailey. Oh, my God. Can someone stop Zach Lavine, please? Please. I need this guy to be stopped. He's got 22 points. Markkinen with a three. No. I believe that's Malik Monk. with the rebound. Taylor Hendricks is in on him. Taylor, you cannot leave him open. Oh, Malik Monk hits another three. No. Taylor Hendricks completely losing Malik Monk and just not staying with the assignment, which was stay with your man and defend. Like, I saw that. I am no basketball savant, but I saw that. Yes, definitely. Even the commentator said definitely miscommunication on defense, because that was one where you needed Taylor Hendricks to stay on Malik Monk on that one. So it's a break right now, and so we got John Harris. He said we have to hope each tries to tire himself out. Yep. Oh, Zach tries to tire himself out. I hope so. I hope he sprains an ankle. Like, I know I shouldn't say that, but like, I just need him out of this game, because from minute one, we haven't really had any answer to him. Like DeMar DeRozan, we've kind of lessened. Like he's been relatively silent, but he has been the one. He's like their Larry Marketing. He's been pretty silent. You like Flip more than Hendricks? Yes. I'm a big Filipowski fan. I think that there's more there, and I definitely think there's more there. Okay, I need to change my camera battery. I will be right back. This will take no longer than a minute, but the camera will go out, and then it'll be back. Just give me 60 seconds. Ugh. Okay, battery is changed. We're good to go now. They're coming back on. They're doing a little video package for Larry Markkinen, who has by far been the Jazz's best player. He's been great. He's had 9 points in the third quarter, 4 out of 6 from the field. He's been really good. He's there getting a bit of a rest, bit of a drink. Don't think he's coming out, or maybe he is. Yes, he is. He's out for at least a little while. And we got Ace Bailey is there, Yusuf Nurkic is there, Taylor Hendricks is there, and Bryce Sensabaugh is there along with Keyonte George, who now has the ball. What can Keyonte do? Keyonte drives to the basket. Floater. Doesn't manage to get it there. Rebound gets up by Schroeder. Zach Lavine has the ball. Ace Bailey is on him, though. Ace Bailey with nice defending by Ace Bailey. But it ends up being a foul on Ace Bailey. But good defense on Ace Bailey on that one. One, to keep up with Zach Lavine, and two, to be able to at least get an arm up. If he could have been able to not foul him, that would have been great. But hey, I will take that. I will take the defending. Zach Lavine, 22.7 out of 12 from the field. He's hit all of his free throws so far. Hits his 6th free throw. Probably will get his 2nd. All right. He's about to take his 2nd and drains it. So that should put him up to 24 points, Zach Lavine there. All right. Ball comes in from Hendricks to Nurkic. We saw what Nurkic did in the preseason. He can be a facilitator too. Nurkic there to Keyonte George. George goes around Nurkic, who set the screen. George, who is he trying to pass to? He passes to Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey gets in there closer to Nurkic. To Bryce. Bryce, can you do it? Bryce. No, but it gets a block by... No, but Nurkic gets the ball back. No, but it looks like it's a foul. the Jazz trying to do something, but really good defense by the Kings, just making this game really tough. But we're still in this. We're still in this. We got 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. We can still do this. Jazz are only down by 4. No, but sorry, by 6. Great defending by Drew Eubanks, trying to get it over Nurkic. Wasn't able to. Taylor Hendricks there getting the dunk with a pass by Keyonte George. The Jazz chipping away of this Kings lead. Malik Monk with the ball. Ace Bailey is on him, though. Zach Lavine has it now. Taylor Hendricks, someone please mark Zach Lavine. Drew Eubanks with a 3. He misses. Ball comes back. Nurkic gets the rebound. Nice one, Nurkic. Nurkic brings the ball up. Passes to Keyonte George. Nurkic sets the screen. Again with the screen. Keyonte George again with the layup. Then Keyonte George with the layup. There we go. There we go. Hold on. Keyonte George got fouled with the layup. What? No. That's a layup. What? Oh no. Okay. Keyonte George has a perfectly fair layup. They don't even count it. Nevertheless, he gets sent to the line. That is crazy. So Keyonte George is out the game now. Walter Clayton is there. And the Kings get an easy 2. Russell Westbrook. I believe that is only his first points for the Kings. Walter Clayton has the ball. He's got Keon LSS on him. Walter Clayton has the ball again. So it goes round. Nurkic with the 3. Open 3. No. All right. Jazz down by 6. We got Malik Monk that's on him. Jazz get the ball back. Rebound by Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey there to Bryce. Bryce gets to the ball. A nice one by Bryce. The Jazz are now only down by 4. This is what we want. We are still in this. Russell Westbrook with the ball. Pass it to Malik Monk. Oh, and Malik Monk just drains like basically an open 3. Oh, that was tough to watch. But Jazz have the ball again. Isn't that a foul by Sabonis with the push on Nurkic? So it looks like Ace Bailey is coming out of the game. Are we going to see Cody Williams in this game or even Kyle Anderson? Cody looking very like Walt Clayton there with a floater. Nice one by Walt. Walt, they're getting the 2 points and he goes to the line. Nice one, Walt Clayton. I gotta give some cheering for that one. Got to give some cheering for that one. When good things happen in this game, we have to take them. All right. Walter Clayton about to shoot his free throw. Drains it. Jazz 69, Kings 73. Jazz are down by 4. DeMar DeRozan has the ball now. Pass it to Malik Monk. We got to stop him too. Sabonis. Bryce is on him though. Walter Clayton tries to jump up to block Malik Monk. Doesn't block him, but does cause interference. Malik Monk did miss that one. Nurkic there has the ball now. Passes it to Bryce. Bryce loses the ball. Gets it back again. Bryce there with Walter Clayton to Nurkic. No, but Nurkic loses the ball. Sabonis has the ball. Drives it up the court to Malik Monk. To DeMar DeRozan. Doesn't manage to get it, but Larry Marketing gets the ball back. Can the Jazz recover and chip away at this lead? Larry loses the ball again, but it ends up losing it, and it ends up being Kings ball again. Oh, this is not an easy game. It is a difficult game, but I have to say The Jazz are making me proud. I think that they are making every Jazz fan proud right now because of how well that they fought. They've gone out there and give this at 100%. They've played defense. They've played offense. The Kings haven't given them anything easy. The Jazz actually having that last play under review to see whether it came off Lowry. I couldn't tell whether it come off Lowry or not, if I'm going to be completely honest. It looks like it was off Lowry. So now Will Hardy's talking. Okay, now they show us a replay. So ball comes in. No, so it looks like the ball did come off Lowry. Yeah, it looks like the ball comes off Lowry, hits Russell Westbrook, then comes back off Lowry again, but comes off of his foot. Oh, maybe it's because it come off of his foot. The reason why, because then it would be last touch Kings, because it can't. Yeah, it's actually a good one. Yeah, because it's obvious that it's come off Lowry's foot. So if that's the rule, then it looks like it could be Jazz ball again. Yeah, they're showing another replay. Now they're showing it on all different angles. Yeah, it comes off Lowry's foot, which is not allowed. But the last hand was by Russell Westbrook, so it should be Jazz ball. Okay, here we go. All right, unsuccessful. And they said it was into flopping. I definitely think that. Oh, technical foul by Markin, and Markin misses his free throw. Oh, every point matters, boys. Come on. We need to send these Kings fans home crying. All right, Russell Westbrook has the ball, brings the ball up. He's got Keon Ellis, but Flip has got him. So, oh, I gotta take some water. Lowry makes up for the miss and gets a layup after the Jazz steal the ball. We got Malik Monk there with a three. He misses. Ball comes back to Nurkic, who passes the ball to Walker Clayton. Filipowski with a nice pass. Flip, 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 flip. There we go. There we go. Jazz are in this. 73-73. We got 40 seconds to go. Jazz there with the ball. Lowry has the ball now to Walter Clayton. To Lowry. Lowry with a three. No! Russell Westbrook drives to the basket. Russ! Russell Westbrook doing Russell Westbrook things. Drives to the basket and gets the layup. Jazz only down by 2, but it's fine. We got 15 seconds to go. Walter Clayton, show them why you win championships. Walter Clayton to Bryce. Bryce. Oh, Bryce, baby. Bryce. That's what I'm talking about. Let me get a clap in there for some Bryce. No, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Malik Monk just hit a 3 at the end of the third. He showed up Bryce. He showed up. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Good. Flip did his best to try to defend as best as he could, but wow. This is a tough game. Tough game. I think the Jazz have played so well. So well. Haven't given up from the beginning to the end. And when you look at the guys that are playing for the Jazz, Lowry, Flip, Keyonte, Svi. God, Svi. I've the amount of times I've criticized Svi like over the past couple of seasons. Taylor Hendricks, Ace, Nurkic, Walter. Really well. I still think that there needs to be some better production by like Walker Kessler, Taylor Hendricks for sure. Like 2 points in 17 minutes, unacceptable for me. Same thing there. I mean, Walker does have 4 rebounds, but I expect more. If this was 10 points, 1 assist, and 4 rebounds for Walker Kessler, then I would accept that. And for Taylor Hendricks, if it was more like 8 or 9 points, then I could live with that. But 2 points in 17 minutes, no. We need more. I do like Walter Clayton Jr. I think he's been really good. 7 points in 11 minutes, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. Like, that's what you call a productive player. Keyonte George, 10 points, 7 rebounds. 7 assists, 2 rebounds in his 25 minutes. Very productive. Bryce Sensabaugh showing exactly why we continually need him. 11 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds. Productive. And then for the Kings, it's got to be Schroeder, Lavine, and Monk. These three here, these three are the problem. Beyond the shadow of a doubt. Those are the 3 that the Jazz need to stop. Monk, Schroeder, and Lavine. All right, we got Walker's on the bench. Keyonte's on the bench. So is Bryce. Bryce looks so sweaty. Like, you could tell he's gone out there and he's worked hard. So we got Lowry's on the floor with Walter Clayton Jr. We've got Kyle Filipowski, Yusuf Nurkic, and Svi Mihailuk. Walter Clayton, 2, Flip. Oh, Flip. They're trying to go for a reverse layout. Malik Monk with the ball, pass it to Sabonis. Too easy. And the Kings are up by 4. Walter Clayton Jr. has the ball now. Keon Ellis is on him, though. Walter Clayton Jr. to Nurkic. To Walter Clayton. Open 3. Oh, there we go, baby. There we go. Walter Clayton Jr. with a 3. Jazz are only down by 1. Zach Lavine tries to lob pass to Malik Monk. No, nothing there. And Walter Clayton Jr. with the rebound loses it, but Keon Ellis. Oh, great defense. Hey, listen, Walter Clayton Jr., we need to talk about Walter Clayton Jr., right? the energy, the fact that he goes out there and just gives it his all on defense. Tries to get rebound. Like, he's the one that gets the rebound, but the way how he landed his feet, it's like he landed on top of his feet and tripped himself up. And then Keon Ellis ends up taking the ball from him. But great work by Walter Clayton Jr., man. Like, when I do my player ratings afterwards, I gotta talk about Walter Clayton when I look at his full numbers for the game. Well done to Walter Clayton. So Keon Ellis there to the line. He hits one out of his first free throws. And he misses the second. I gotta drink some water. Svi Mykhailiuk with an attempted three. Not getting anything from there for Svi Mykhailiuk. Oh my God, Malik Monk hits another three. It's just too much. All right, we got Walter Clayton. We can still do this. Nurkic. So Markkanen, back to Nurkic. Nurkic. Markkanen with a three. Oh, Markkanen there with a three. There we go. Markkanen brings us right back into the game. Jazz are only down by 2 right now. Let's keep this game close and let's get him at the end. Lavine with the ball. Svi has him though right now. Svi Mykhailiuk, screen set. Sabonis has the ball. Keon Ellis out there, open three. Misses. But Sabonis gets the rebound. Keon Ellis again, pass it to Malik Monk. We got to stop Malik Monk. Oh no, and he gets him. Bloody hell. No. Oh. Malik Monk with another three. We need more defense. We got to find somewhere to stop Malik Monk. Lowry there, back to Walter Clayton. Walter Clayton with a three. No, he doesn't manage to get it, but Nurkic gets the rebound. Nurkic there. And it's a foul in the paint on Nurkic. And it looks like it's going to be Nurkic going to the line. Jazz is down by 5 right now. No, they're not going to the line. Keyonte George comes back into the game, though. Same thing with Walker Kessler. We're going to need something more from Walker. Lowry is in it. It's basically the starting lineup. Getting ready to finish the game. Keyonte George! Oh, but it's a block. No, goaltending. It's got to be goaltending. Oh, no, it's not goaltending. But it looks like Keyonte's going to the line to shoot 2. Keyonte goes to the line. He's got 10 points right now. He's 3 out of 9 from the field. 7 assists. Come on, Keyonte. We need you right now. Get these free throws. Keyonte hits the first. There we go, Keyonte. All right, Bryce is coming back in the game. Bryce, baby. Bryce for Markkanen. We got to give Larry a breather and see how the games finish up. Keyonte George getting ready to take his second one. He shoots. He scores. Jazz are down by 3. You know what that means. And we just bought on Bryce. All right, Schroeder with the ball. Oh, Malik Monk again with a 3. This time he misses. Thank Heavenly Father. Oh. Keyonte George. Bryce with an open 3. No, Bryce with an air ball. What was that? No. That's fine, though. That's fine, Bryce. That's fine, Bryce. Just warm up. Warm up, Bryce. But we need some of these threes to drain. We got Schroeder with the ball. Pass it to Zach Lavine. Keyonte George is on him, though. Switches to Kessler. Keyonte is back on him, though. Misses. Svi Mihailuk gets the rebound. Bryce there with the ball. He brings the ball up to Kessler. Kessler with the ball. What is he going to do? To Keyonte George. George, he's got Schroeder on him. Schroeder just on him like white on rice. Just would not leave him alone. Sabonis there. Tries to get it on Keyonte. Flip with a three. Flip. Flip. Flip with a three. There we go. Flip. That's what I want. No. I need a clap. I need a clap. I need a clap. Clap. Let's get him. Utah basketball. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I am saying. It is 87-87. We got 7 minutes to go. 7 minutes. Well, just about 8 minutes. We could win this. Let's make it 2 for 2. Let's make it 2 for 2. Like, I know that the Kings have been tough all game. Zach Lavine, Schroeder, and Malik Monk, they have been leading the charge. Like, look at these numbers. No, hold on. Look at these numbers. Sabonis now is kind of a problem, but it's really Schroeder, Lavine, Monk. And Sabonis is starting to get something. This is why we need Kessler. This is why Sabonis almost has a double-double. Like this is where Kessler, he's got to do more. Got to do more. So they got 4 guys that are problems, and we got, well, I'd say we got 5. We got 1 guy off the bench, and Walker Clayton Jr., I think is a problem. 10 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds in 14 minutes. Efficient. I did a YouTube short the other day talking about Walker Clayton Jr. because I can't stop talking about him. Super efficient with what he does in the court. Yusuf Nurkic there, 4 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. You got Bryce Sensabaugh there, 11 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds in 17 minutes. Taylor Hendricks still there with 2 points. Hold on, I think Taylor's been off, so that's kind of unfair to him. Ace Bailey there, it's been a bad game for Ace. He still isn't at 100%, in my opinion. I don't think he's at 100%. I think that they're playing him because they want to kind of play him out of it and see how he does. Keyonte George there with 12 points, 8 assists, 2 rebounds. Flip there, that was his 10 point. He's got 6 rebounds and 4 assists in his 20 minutes. Like, very good stat line from Filipowski. And then Larry Marketing, just the Don of all Donners, 26 points, 3 rebounds. We're still in this. Let's see what the chat is saying. Okay, we got John Harris. They're saying Walt has been a steal. Oh, yeah, beyond the shadow of a doubt. Like, I tell you this, if Walt was there last year and we hadn't got an Isaiah Collier, like, I would be like, yeah, like, Walt starting. Like Walt, I thought Walt's size would be an issue, but, like, it hasn't. You know, he's been absolutely fantastic. And, like, he's going to get more minutes even when Isaiah Collier comes back. You also went on to say Bryce and Walt off the bench. Yeah, it's been huge for us. Like, they are key. They are so key to the second unit. So key to the second unit. And that's kind of perfect for, like, the Jazz's development as well in terms of just general team building. Because what we want is we want to have our starting 5 that obviously produces, but then you want to have, like, some bench guys that also produces as well. And Walt and Bryce are going to be key to that. The question is who's going to be doing that. You know, you got to include Ace Bailey with that as well. At least right now, it's Svi. Like I wouldn't change Svi Mihailuk, and trust me, I've come a long way with saying something like that. Svi Mihailuk for me has been really good, so I'd leave him in there and play Ace from the bench at least for now until he can produce. But the second unit, led by Bryce Sensabaugh and Walter Clayton Jr., fire, absolute fire. Okay. Now that I've finished having a few more of my snack, I probably shouldn't have picked peanut butter as the one that I ate. It just sticks to the throat. We got Walker Kessler. Oh. Walker Kessler going to the line now to shoot two. He missed his first one. Hopefully he can make a second one. Larry Markkanen's coming back into the game with 6 minutes to go. I did not expect this game to be so close. Sabonis is out. Thank God. Keep him out. Drew Eubanks, former Jazz man, is there. Kessler gets his second, and the Jazz are up by 1. Okay, we got Schroeder with the ball. Keyonte is on him, though. Saric. Bryce, keep marking Saric. Block by Drew. Blocked by Filipowski. Good defending by Filipowski. Yeah, so it looks like it's Walker Kessler and Filipowski that went up for that. But Filipowski definitely was more on there than Walker Kessler. So Drew Eubanks goes to the line. Drew Eubanks shoots. Misses the first one. Yeah. There we go. All right, John Harris. Walter Clayton Jr. is coming back on, though, which is good. Yeah, he definitely deserves more minutes, Walter Clayton. And misses the second one. Bryce gets the rebound. All right, so we got Keyonte playing with Bryce and Walter Clayton. Okay, I haven't seen this. With Lowry probably playing. This is good. Lowry with a 3. Oh, Lowry with a 3. Lowry with a 3. There we go, Lowry. Oh! All right, we got. Hold on. Okay, Kings have the ball now. Ball comes in. You got Russ. Russ with the ball. Russ with a 3. Oh my God! What the hell? Russell Westbrook with a 3 brings the Kings back into 1. Bryce Sensabaugh with a 3. Bryce hits a 3. Bryce hits a 3. Bryce, baby. Okay, there we go now. Saric there to Lavine. We gotta stop Lavine. Oh my God, Lavine, it's a 3. Oh man, they just won't they just lay down and die or just take it? Oh wow. All right. We got Kessler to Keyonte. Keyonte now. Please don't shoot a 3, Keyonte. Just drive to the basket. Get to the line. Keyonte there with a 2. No, he doesn't get the 2. Rebound picks up by the Kings. Layup. Oh, and they managed to get it. Kings take the lead back. They're up by 1. And then you have Keyonte's got the ball again. Pass it to Walter Clayton Jr. Walter Clayton Kessler. Keyonte with a three. Oh, no, Keyonte, no. Keyonte misses the three. We got 4 minutes left, or just under 4 minutes now. Kings with a three. They miss. But the ball goes off the Kings. It looks like Saric. Ball comes off Saric. Oh, this is a close game. It's a close game. This is keeping my blood pressure up too high. Oh, I need a sip of the good old H2O. All right. Now enough for some H2O. Jazz got the ball. Keyonte there with the ball now. Schroeder is on him, though. Keyonte goes round to Kessler. Nobody loses it. No. Okay, it's 3-on-2. 3-on-2. Ah, Kings there with the layup. Lavine. And it looks like they're calling timeout. Jazz are down by 3 right now. Jazz is still in this game. Let me make this clear. The Jazz is still in this game. Like we could still go out and get the win. Wow, Zach Lavine with 29 points in 34 minutes. Oh, he has been a problem. But Malik Monk, 20 points in 20 minutes. Holy crap. Schroeder there, a respectable 15 points in 30 minutes, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And then Sabonis there with a double-double, and he's got 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 assist in 33 minutes. And then on the Jazz's side, we got Larry Markkinen with 29 points in 33 minutes. Filipowski with 10 points in 22 minutes. He's got 6 rebounds and 4 assists, though. Keyonte George there, very close to getting a double-double, 1 more assist, and he's going to have 14 points. He could have 10 assists, but right now he's got 9 in his 30 minutes of play. Bryce there with 15 points, 4 rebounds in 22 minutes. And then you got Walker Clayton there, Jr., still there with 10 points in 17 minutes. Oh. The amount of energy, I'm very tapped out. I'm reaching the end. The game is coming to the end. And, oh wow, I'm just hope. Oh, I just so want to win. I so want to win. Like the boys have played so well. Like I watched lots of Jazz games last season. Like this is a really good game that they've played well throughout every single quarter. And like if we could get the win, it puts the NBA on notice that we ain't like we're done with tanking and we're here to compete. But just great game by the Jazz so far. They're showing some of the highlights of the game. They're showing Lowry's dunk, which was the play of the game, sponsored by Morgan Jewelers. No idea. I'm assuming that's a Jewelers in Utah. Oh, I need some water right now. Okay, we got 3 minutes to go. Walker Clayton. No, Keyonte George has the ball. Schroeder is on him, though. You got Flip. Bryce is out the game, but Markkinen is back in. Walker Clayton is still in there. Walker Clayton there with an open 3. Ah, no, he misses, though. Ah. Schroeder gets the rebound, pass it to Monk. We cannot let Malik Monk shoot. Malik Monk tries to bring down the basket. Does he get it? No. Kessler does get the rebound. Walker Clayton there passes it to open 3 by Filipowski. No, but Kessler gets the ball. Guys, we're gonna have to drive. Marketing with a 2. No! And the Kings get the ball back. Can the Jazz upset these Kings fans and send them home crying like the babies that I want them to be? Schroeder has the ball, tries to drive to the basket. No, he doesn't. To the corner, at the top of the key to Lavine. No, he misses. Yes. Lowry with the ball, passes to Flip. Flip with the ball to Keyonte George with the layup. No, but there's a foul. Yes, foul. Foul. And it looks like Flip is going to go to the line. Flip is going to go to the line. No, he's going to the line, right? That's got to be it's a foul, right? It's going to be a foul. Is it a foul? Oh, it's a foul. Thanks. Oh, yes. All right, Keyonte shoots 2. Hits the first one. Nice. That's what we needed. Put us into 1, Keyonte. All right. Enough eating. He shoots, scores. Schroeder with the ball. Filipowski's on him. Schroeder tries to drive to the basket. No, but it's up. Oh, gets past Filipowski and gets the layup. Kings are up by 3. Keyonte's got the ball. We got a minute left. Lowry. Oh, with the floater. Kings are up by 1. We got to play some defense, guys. Lock down defense. Schroeder with the ball. Pass it to the corner to DeMar DeRozan. To Lavine. We have to stop Lavine no matter what. Oh, Zach Lavine gets the mid-range. He's been incredible in this game, Zach Lavine. No matter how much hoodoo I put on Zach Lavine, he just doesn't stop. Oh, and Keyonte George gets the layup. Kings are only up by 1. We got 60 seconds to go. Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be so close. Zach Lavine, no, it's a charge. It's a charge by Lavine. It's going to be Jazz ball. It's going to be Jazz ball. It's Jazz ball, right? Zach Lavine tries to drive to the basket. Keyonte George stays there. Hands down. And it's a foul by Lavine. Does it get Jazz ball? Keyonte George has the ball now. We have to be effective now. Have to be effective. Keyonte looking, trying to find what he is going to do. Walker Clayton Jr. now has the ball with a pass back by Keyonte George. Walker Clayton there to Lowry. And it's a foul by Russell Westbrook. Oh, we all know Russ has a tendency to get it all right or hopefully all wrong. Yeah, that's a foul. He just... And marketing goes to the line. We got 28 seconds. Lowry, just make both shots. He makes the first one. He makes the first one. Who's in the chat? Who's in the chat? Is it John? It's John. It's John. John, I'm not mad at Key's effort. I'm not mad at his effort too. Lowry. No, Lowry. Not Lowry, but the Jazz get the ball back. Flip. Yes. Flip gets the rebound. Oh, I can't do it. Oh. Have I taken my medication for today? I don't know. How is he missing that? What the hell? Flip gets the rebound. No, that's not a jump ball. What the devil? Oh, so Lowry has to take it again. Lowry, just nail it, please. Just nail it. Just nail it. Lowry gets okay. He gets it. He gets it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Just let's get this win. Shut up, all the haters. Send the Sacramento Kings fans home unhappy, saying the Jazz whooped our beep. All right, they're giving an advertising right now for the Jazz next game. That's going to be on Monday at 6:30 against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. I will take that all day. They're a side in transition, and yes, we're going to have to deal with young players like Iso Iguodaro and Ryan Dunn and vets like Devin Booker. I don't care. The Jazz are coming. And we've got three pillars of destruction. Their names are Kyle Filipowski, Lauri Markkanen, and Walker Kessler. Those three set a firm basis and platform that we are building our starting five on. We can do anything. And it begins here tonight in this game against the Sacramento Kings. All right, Will Hardy telling Keyonte to communication. We got Schroeder with the ball. Keyonte, I don't know what they're gonna do. Stop Lavine, please stop Lavine, please stop Lavine. Yes, make him run. No, please, do not let Malik Monk shoot. No, my God, he misses. It's horrible. No, oh God, there's 6 seconds to go. Crap. Oh, crap. Oh, no. Call a timeout. Walker Kessler there, just not being able to get it, and he loses the ball. Listen, we deserve to win. We deserve to win. Oh my God, Sabonis, and he goes to the line to shoot, and he misses. There's 5 seconds. We got 5 seconds, and we got the ball. 5 seconds, we got the ball. 5 seconds. 5 seconds, we got the ball. Oh yes. Oh. 5 seconds. The Jazz have got the ball. It's a timeout. Will Hardy, work your coaching magic. I'm getting ready to lose my voice. Work your magic. Oh, man. Work your magic. Get us the win so we can go into Phoenix, Arizona and show Devin Booker what exactly the Jazz are doing. Oh, man. I apologize. But this is an opportunity for the Jazz to get back-to-back wins against two really good teams. And even though the first game, completing out a domination, this has definitely been a tough game and a difficult game, but it's an opportunity for the Jazz. We got 6 seconds around the clock, 6.1 seconds. The Jazz can do something. Flip has the ball, just good inbound pass. That's what we want. Good inbound pass. All right, we got Keyonte George with the ball. No! Oh, no! What the hell? No! Oh. Oh. They didn't know what they were. You got Schroeder that's on Keyonte George, and it's just not enough by Keyonte George. Like they are man marking everyone. There is no one free. There was no one free. They had everyone guarded, and as much as like you can't even criticize Keyonte George on this one, man. Well done to the Sacramento Kings for a good win. They definitely made it tough, and we made it tough for them. 105 to 104. Let me turn the volume down a little bit. The Jazz really went out there and played a phenomenal game. Just didn't stop from start to end, and yeah, as a Jazz fan, a little disappointed, but I'm also proud of the boys for what they were able to go out there and do, because I think a lot of people would have thought that are outside the Jazz's kind of arena sphere type of thing is that they were going to get pummeled, and they didn't. This is a new Jazz, a Jazz that has a foundation that they can build up off of, a Jazz that is still trying to find their feet, but I think every Jazz fan can see the potential. And I think that what we showed the Sacramento Kings is, hey, that like we're not far off. The Sacramento Kings are a playoff level team, um, like the Clippers. And for us to take as far as we did, I think is hugely impressive. And you just gotta take it all as a positive. But again, still little bit disappointed. Um, uh, yeah. So I see John Harris says like you have to force Zach to pass it. I can't remember when you sent that, so that might have been a little while ago. But yeah, it's definitely was a tough one. Let me share this tab instead. Okay, before I get to the Jazz, let's look at the winners. Let's look at the Sacramento Kings first before I kind of go into anything else. So you had like when you're looking at like plus minus, like their starting five didn't do that great. Minus 15 from Sabonis, minus 15 from Jones, minus 15 from DeMar DeRozan, even Schroeder out of -7. Their best threats as the game progressed, like Zach Lavine was their threat from minute one, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Schroeder threat, like so quick, so crafty, just efficient. Like, look, 50% from the field, 8 out of 16. Yeah, he's not a great 3-point shooter. 20% from three? Like that's not great. But he does a little bit of everything. You got your rebounds, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Like pretty good. And then you had the best player in Zach Lavine, 31 points, 37 minutes. 10 out of 18 from the field. Wow. That's what we had to contend with. 4 out of 9 from three. So over 40%. Made all his free throws, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, only 1 turnover. excellent player. Like he was there, Lowry, Markin, and Zach Lavine. Completely understand why. I mean, it is Zach Lavine. And then the other threats were coming up from the bench were Malik Monk. He was a problem, man. Like 7 out of 14 from the field, 50% from the field, 20 points in 21 minutes. And he was 6 out of 9 from three. Like that's almost 60% from the 3-point range. That is defending the three as well as taking threes is going to be a thing for the Jazz. And that's where the Kings' biggest issues were. You didn't see Maxime Renaud, who was the new center that they got. You didn't see Devin Carter, who got drafted. Oh my God. Devin Carter either got drafted last year or the year before last. But I know he was injured out for like most of his first year, so you didn't see him there. And then you have Lowry marketing for the Jazz. Absolutely excellent. Was the Jazz's best player, 33 points, 12 out of 24 from the field, so 50% from the field. The 3-point percentage was definitely a difference. When you look at Zach Lavine, who was damn near like close to 50%, and then you see this 4 out of 14, like you're really expecting this to be more like 6. Just again, fine margins. Fine margins. That's all that it is. 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Again, like overall performance from Lowry Marketing, like brilliant, like no complaints. Kyle Filipowski, 25 minutes, gave you 10 points. Hold on. I will go on and talk about the ratings, but Will Hardy's speaking right now. Talking about we didn't shoot well, but played defensively really well. Yeah, 20 turnovers. We were sloppy with the ball. That's what he said. We didn't make very many jump shots tonight. He's talking about the fact that the game was in our hands and like we didn't do well to keep the ball. He's talking about how we looked a bit lethargic moving up and down the court. He's talking about the locker room right now, about how the mindset is positive and it looks like a really fun team to play with. He's talking about how the last moment of the game to where the Jazz would try to score, like this group hasn't, like they have lots of experiences with that, which is true. Reporters asking to explain the defensive growth. He's talking about how Keyonte puts his body on the line. Bryce is doing a better job at defending as well.
What does being in a game like this early kind of help push the growth of
Reporters talking about what do we benefit from being in a game this important this early.
It's not always going to be big wins. You have to go through tough moments together. You have to go through high pressure moments.
He's talking about how going through these high pressure moments are
I think it's just good
are going to be good for the team.
You can't simulate and work on situations in practice.
And I'm all paraphrasing right now because I just can't keep up with it word for word.
Because playoff series are won at the end of the game, and deep runs in the playoffs always have games that you squeeze out.
He's talking about how games like this kind of prepare you for the playoffs, and in the playoffs, deep runs like this happen all the time.
It seemed like the Kings were really physical on you guys catching the ball at the elbows and up the key. Just kind of how did you think your team and the Bigs dealt with that in terms of generating offense throughout the game? Yeah, I think that I felt like Nurk handles the physicality fine and doesn't get pushed off the spot very much.
Talking about Yusuf Nurkic handles the physicality just fine. The Kings were being physical with us.
Opportunity for Walker to learn what that feels like. Every team is going to guard.
He's talking about how Walker needs to learn to deal with the physicality that's being put on him.
Again, I think them pressuring the five, it caused a few errant passes probably. But I think
talked about the Kings' tactics with putting pressure on Walker Kessler, which makes sense because that's why he had such a low scoring game.
A lot of good looks for a lot of good shooters, and it just didn't go in at the clip that maybe you'd expect. But again, there's so much to take away from this game for our group going forward.
And then he ends up with, there's so much that he can take away from this game going forward. Talking about leaving Walter Clayton in the game.
Was really engaged defensively. He's got really good instincts for the ball. They were playing a more perimeter-based lineup, and I felt like some secondary ball handling as well as his.
Will Hardy's talking about having secondary ball handling in the last minutes of the game was beneficial because they run a very perimeter lineup. The Kings. Walter Clayton, he said Walter Clayton makes a lot of good decisions.
Lavine were moving pretty quick off the ball.
Oh, and that Lavine was moving really quick off the ball, and Walter Clayton keeping up with his pace, and that Lavine was difficult to deal with. So yeah, that was it from Will Hardy's press conference. That was me paraphrasing. I can't keep up with everything that he's doing, with listening, talking, with everything at the same time. But a lot of good bits there. Now, yeah, some pretty good comments there from Will Hardy in the game. A lot of it I agree with. When you look at some of the stats here, like Walker Kessler with 3 points in the game when he had 22 in the last game. This was clearly the plan by the Kings, shut down Walker Kessler. So they shut down Kessler. It did mean that Filipowski and marketing did manage to produce more than what they did in the last game, but Walker Kessler, they nullified him. And if Walker Kessler just had 10 more points, I mean, for crying out loud, Walker Kessler just had 2 more points, we would have won the game. So Walker Kessler learning to deal with contact, that's going to be key. That's something that Will Hardy said that Yusuf Nurkic didn't have a problem with. So that's something that Walker Kessler is going to have to learn to kind of deal with. And, maybe later on in the season, these type of games, we can be able to pull out and, pull out for the win. But like I said before, the Will Hardy press conference, marketing there was our best player, Kyle Filipowski. Marketing, I would give. I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him like a 9 for in terms of player ratings. Filipowski, I'm gonna give a solid 8. Like I thought he did very well, pretty efficient with what he was doing on the court. You can tell his role wasn't really to score. His role was to be a facilitator for Lowry and to be a facilitator for Walker Kessler. But I thought he played really well. As a matter of fact, I'll give him an 8.5. Kyle Filipowski, even though like he only had 10 points. Like if you watch the game and watch what he was doing, Kyle Filipowski was very good in this game. Much better than the game against the Clippers. So I'll give him an 8.5. Walker Kessler, I have to give a 7. I thought it was okay in terms of the overall gameplay, but it's quite clear that he was not effective, and that's something that I can't accept. 3 points in 30 minutes, just like however it is that you put it around, however it is that you go up and twist it. Walker Kessler, 3 points in 30 minutes, just not good enough. So I'm gonna give him a 7. That's the minimum I'm gonna give him. Svi Mihailuk, I'm gonna give him an 8. I thought he was pretty solid overall. I have been a big critique of Svi Mihailuk, but he's definitely proved me wrong, and he's been solid for the team, solid for the way in which we play with this core 3, with this front court with Larry Markkinen, Walker Kessler, and Kyle Filipowski. He helps with that, helps with the defensive side, which is something that we've always needed to improve upon. So that's something that he helps with, and he can still hit some threes as well. And you could see there he was 40% from 3, which is very good. That's what you want from him. Keyonte George was also one of our best players there. He had 18 points in 34 minutes, plus he had 10 assists, so he'd finished the game on a double, which I thought was fantastic. In the game, he had 2 rebounds and 1 block. The block he had earlier on in the game on Sabonis. No, sorry, on Drew Eubanks with the attempted dunk. So I would give Keyonte George. I'm going to give him an 8.5. Keyonte George. I thought he played very, very well, Keyonte George, in this game. Taylor Hendricks, I'm going to give a 6. Just not good enough. Hendricks didn't hardly notice him at all throughout the game. It was only that white bandana that he wears. That's the only thing that I noticed from Taylor Hendricks in this game. Like, pretty poor game for Taylor. Bryce, I'm going to give an 8. Again, another solid performance from him. 22 minutes played. He gave the Jazz 15 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Had a couple of turnovers, but I think overall he was about 40% from the 3-point line in the end, which is not bad. And then a little over 50% from the fields, which is pretty good. So I think a solid 8 for that is good for him. Yusuf Nurkic, I'm going to give a 7.5. I thought overall he was okay. 11 rebounds. That's really where his reason for being was. 2 assists, 1 steal, no blocks though, which I'm kind of surprised at about that. And he had a -8 plus minus. Only took 1 3, and again was poor from the field, 2 out of 7. So I'm going to give Yusuf Nurkic a 7.5. Ace Bailey, he played 13 minutes. I know this is going to sound harsh, but I understand what the reason for it is, but I'm going to have to give Ace Bailey a 6.5. He's pretty non-existent. Clearly, he's not at 100%, and they've kept his minutes like pretty low for that. I'm surprised at some point they didn't bring in Cody Williams and just said, "Hey, Ace, we're going to let you rest," and kind of take it from there. Walter Clayton Jr., very good game from him. I'm going to also give him. I'm going to give him an 8.5. For the 20 minutes that he played, he gave you 10 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. He was over 50% from the field, and he was like 33% from 3. That's like a good performance. You know, you had what's his face? John in the chat was telling me that Walter Clayton and Bryce Sensabaugh have been great coming up off the bench. And I would 1,000% agree with that. They are one of the key reasons why we kept up in this game. And I wish we had more coming up off the bench. I think if Ace Bailey was feeling a bit better, things would have been different. Even though in the beginning of the game, I did notice that they started picking up Ace Bailey full court. Like they was not having any of it, the Kings. But we definitely needed more of that. So well done to Walter Clayton Jr. for putting up another just a really good, solid performance. And when you think about it, that this is his second only NBA game, and he's like he already is a valuable asset for the Jazz. Like I'll take that. So well done to Walter Clayton Jr. for that. Obviously, Kevin Love, Kyle Anderson, Cody Williams, and Oscar Tshiebwe, and Elijah Harkless did not play in this game. Hopefully, we might be able to see some of those later on. Maybe in a game whereby we're so far ahead, they might be able to kind of get some minutes. But the overall game, I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. The overall game, it was a tough game, very physical game. It was a game that I thought the Jazz could win because I felt that we had a lot going on the bench that would be able to cancel out theirs. And I was almost right with that. But nevertheless, I saw a lot of heart from the team, a lot of heart from the players. I see what Will Hardy's trying to do. I like what Will Hardy's trying to do with this big core, because I think that's where the NBA is going now, to have a big lineup. And that if you're going to have smaller players, that they really need to be specialized and be able to do a skill really, really, really well. So, yeah, but I just want to say thank you guys for watching the stream. Much appreciated. I know most people have already gone already. But at one point, we had about 4 people watching the stream. And I just want to say thanks to all of them for watching. So there was John Harris that was watching the stream at one point. Big thanks up to you, John. Big thanks up to Apollo for watching. I know you back from my time in London. Much, much, much appreciated, Apollo. I know it's really late there in the UK. And yeah, hopefully when we do face the Suns on Monday, we can go up and get another win, because I think that, again, the game against the Suns on Monday will be a similar type of game to this, where it's going to be a tough one. Maybe it might be slightly easier because they're in transition, but I definitely think that, again, that's going to be another tough game. But I think with the leadership of Will Hardy, the big core that we have, and with the support from fans like myself, I do think we could go out there and get the win. So I'll leave it at that. So I just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to all the viewers, to the 2 people that are still watching. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I will see you all on next time, which will be on Monday against the Phoenix Suns.